being torn away from that is the most challenging part of what we do.
Does music play a big role in their comfort there?
It does.
Yes, it does.
We talk to a lot of people that have spent time in Iraq and Afghanistan particularly that come to us very excited to report to us that you know, our music was a part of their experience. It made them feel lots of different ways, energized. It was a little piece of home. It gave them something to bond over and that sort of thing. And that's very, very flattering. Like Randy said, whether or not I agree politically is irrelevant. Mm-hmm. These are, in many cases, or certainly in my case, you know, my niece's father was killed in Afghanistan several months ago. I mean, these are people I know, you know, and it touches home.
Yeah. So to make, yeah, it's about the personal journey people make.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Not necessarily the nature of the political conflict.
Yeah, I should maybe bring things down a little bit more to the small essence of things.
Yeah.
I was just,
We'd all get along better, I think.
Yeah. Definitely.
We're all just people.
Yeah, you stated before, but people were maybe asking questions regarding to the album cover, in maybe, linking it to the subject we just talked about, maybe war, deserts, burnings. But it wasn't. I think it doesn't have that connection. Eh?
No, not at all.
It's more about like isolation and disconnection, I think. But really, what it was is the artist Ken Adams just kind of checking in and seeing what we were writing about, and then that ultimately comes from his twisted mind, and he turns it into a visual. No one from the band said, "Hey, we want a barren landscape with a fire in the back." You know what I mean? That was he comes up with that, and we just kind of analyze it and decide whether or not it fits.
Do you maybe, just as a band, because you live also maybe a life that could not be seen as normal when you're on the road for a whole year?
It's not normal.
Well, maybe army people also have these kind of lives.
Yes.
Is that isolation, does that word refer maybe to being in a sort of non-normal situation?
Very often, yeah, sure. Yeah. I think, you know, yeah, that it probably depends on the person. I know for me, you know, being on the road for 7 weeks away from my family and away from my home base, you know, like meaning like the place that I feel most at one with the world or what have you, know, being torn away from that is the most challenging part of what we do. I know, woe is me, I have to go on tour with Metallica for a year. It sounds ridiculous, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, my favorite place in the world is to be at home with my family. So those kind of feelings, plus all the other things that have to go into a lifestyle, certainly play into the things we write about.
Because are these issues, yesterday I spoke to a band where these things were actually really putting a lot of pressure on the members of a band. Is that in your case, as you grow older maybe, and these also that part of your life becomes more important for some people?
What?
Have you, family life, home, is that a thing that is openly discussed and each member can...
But ultimately it's our choice. I mean, we can stop.
But are you all in the same situation, or you have children then? Or?
Yeah, I'm the only one in the band who does not have children right now.
But everyone's different. People process that situation the same way, different ways. And you know, a minute ago we were talking about the military and people serving overseas.
They have a real hard time.
Those guys have kids and wives too, and they're away for a year straight. I get to go home every 5 or 6 weeks, you know, for a few weeks.
They're away for a year straight with people shooting at them.
It kind of reminded me, right. With people shooting and throwing bombs over the fence. So
throwing grenade instead of beer.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of beer,
yeah. I get to be out with Metallica, so it's only so bad. At the end of the day, it's what we choose to do, and we can choose not to do it as well. So when it gets to be too much, or there's time for something else, then that's what we'll do.